All right, what's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scotty by Nature TV,
Jamar 4.
and we're here for another episode of the Prelude. I think this is the 38th episode of the Prelude. 38 episodes, child. We getting there.
Woo! Man, if you've seen the journey, watch the playlist.
Yes, yes, that's what the playlist is here for. You know what I'm saying? That's why we got a damn playlist, child, because this has been a fucking journey, okay? But without any further ado, we have two guests with us tonight. Two guests. They come from the new LGBT series that is based out of Dallas. It is called The Grind Dallas Edition, okay? So without any further ado, let's welcome Neiman and Stanley. Let's welcome them into the building tonight. What's
What's going
going
on?
on, y'all?
What's going
What's
on,
good?
peoples? How
What's
y'all
good?
doing?
Look like everybody got on black. Everybody up here got on black
Oh
tonight.
shit, this was not planned.
At all.
Black is slimming,
Yeah, definitely.
okay? And we have quarantine weight, amen.
Cause look, I got a little good coming, so I know I gotta go back to the track and start back running like I was before the quarantine.
Okay. She's a runner, she's a track star.
But that
I
ain't
love
that ain't stopping them DMs from coming though. That ain't
Mm.
stopping the DMs
it.
from coming.
Well, I cannot relate, but
We ain't
but
gonna
welcome
start
to
that
the
right now.
platform. We're so great to have you here.
Thank
We
you.
can't wait to get into all the things of the things. Now, we've already introduced you, but each one by one, you can introduce yourself, tell us who you are, what it is that you do, and an interesting fact about yourself. Actually, we're going to make this even more interesting. Since they know each other and they're right next to each other, an interesting fact about yourself that the other person doesn't know about you.
Okay, go ahead.
That they don't know. I'm
Hmm
I'm kind
Introduce
of good.
yourself first, and then feel.
So that
Um,
means you got to dig deep, something that they wouldn't know about you. But the introduction first.
so what's up, everybody? My name is Stanley, aka Hype Man. I'm originally from Little Rock, Arkansas. I've been in Dallas for about 11, 12 years. I am the voice of the city, so most events, clubs, I'm on the mic. Um, so I mean that's about it. Interesting fact that he doesn't know. I don't really. Um, I'm not a. I have a fear of approaching people, and I know it may sound crazy to be a socialite, but I do not approach guys in the club at all. We can make eye contact all day, and if you don't say nothing to me, I'll never say.
Oh, I understand because he brought one guy that I wanted to talk to over to me, which was a big mistake at the end. But we ain't gonna go there. This ain't about us tonight. It's about y'all.
Never mind.
Because
Okay.
I ain't asked you to go over there.
Look, what am I supposed to do?
You brought that nigga over there to me, and the first thing he said was, "We gonna fuck after the club." That is not a way to come to
See,
me.
Wow.
I cannot control what happens after the interaction is set up. I just set the stage, and whatever happens there is no longer my
You know
business.
what? Just set the stage for Neiman to introduce himself. Just set the
Go,
stage for me.
go ahead, baby.
All right. My name is Neiman Byerly. I'm from Dallas, Texas. I am 31 years old. I am the cupcake guy. I'm the shirt guy. I'm the basket guy. I'm the pretty much whatever you need kind of guy. They know I'm gonna get the job done, and I'm gonna do it well. Interesting fact that Stanley don't know about me, that I'm a virgin. What? Y'all don't believe me?
No.
We
Okay,
did say
I don't
fact,
know.
right?
He know a lot of shit about me. I don't know.
See,
What
the
he don't.
man with a
I was
suit.
about to say now. We saw with the whole human being that came from your loins, but yet
Oh yeah. Okay, I don't know what he don't know. Interesting fact, I actually like to sing at church.
Oh, you got that
Oh,
gospel voice.
I like to sing at church.
okay.
Are you an alto or soprano? Or a tenor?
I'm gonna be more of an alto, but
Tralto.
I can be a tenor when I'm in a group setting. But if I need to sing up front, I can probably come out more of like an alto, a little light back there sometimes. You know,
So when you in the group, you give a little bit of Candy Burris. Every man wants a woman. That what you get?
that's me. Yeah, that's me. That's me. Yeah,
At least you didn't say Tony Braxton.
It's a mixture.
I ain't that deep. I ain't that deep. I'm up there with Candy. Tony a little.
Do, 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 do,
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, that's what she gives. Okay.
Okay. But that's awesome. That's awesome. So the two of you, did you guys know each other before coming onto the Grind Dallas platform, or did you kind of meet on the platform itself?
We knew each other before. He actually brought the project to me because I was like on the fence about it at first. I was like, no, I don't know about that. I'm interested in people knowing my life like that. He was like, no, brother, it's gonna be something good. And I was like, See, I had only seen certain things from Jason Dallas, so I'm like, you're just trying to put me in something where it's gonna be a lot of mess, a lot of drama, and I wasn't interested. But he somehow kept pushing me and kept pushing me to do it, and I'm actually glad I did.
Okay, that's good
So
to know. Good
I,
to know.
I knew that nigga beforehand.
Well, at least y'all seem to be good friends. That's always good to see.
Yeah, that's always a good thing to know.
For Sabrina.
Um.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, because I was gonna ask. So how did you come to him with the project? Did you just come up to him and be like, well, I got this. There's this show that's coming out. I think you'll be good for the show. Like, what made you want to bring the idea of being on a reality show to Neiman?
So when I initially had the conversation with Jeremy and Sean, and they were kind of explaining to me their vision at the time and the goal for what the show was supposed to entail, I knew already that Neiman was a very creative, multi-talented individual who had a great story. There's a lot of LGBTQ men that work a 9 to 5, run a business, and raise a child, single parent home. You know what I'm saying? And so, for him to have all these traits, I felt like it was a good look for what the show was supposed to bring at the time, because it was the perfect um, foundation for what the grind stood for. You're raising a child, you're working 9 to 5, and then you have side hustles that you're doing in the midst of all of that. On top of, at the time, trying to maintain a relationship. Like, that's not
Ooh.
grinding. I mean, I don't know what it would be.
Yeah, because he do so much shit.
And to be honest with you, like wholeheartedly honest
I
with
do.
you, y'all haven't even seen uh a fifth of the stuff that he does. Like, seriously, there's a lot of stuff that you all have not seen, but he's very, very talented.
Okay. Look at God. Okay, because we are ones that can wear many hats. Amen.
That works.
Amen. Because I mean, if you talking about if your show is called a grind, that is a person that grinds. He got several different grinds. So I mean, it would make sense for you to bring him to the show. I will say that much. So I guess I guess this question could go for the both of you guys. When you joined the show, what message were you trying to accomplish with the audience? Like, is there a certain type of thing that you wanted to put out there for your audience to learn from, anything like that? Like, what were you trying to accomplish by being on the show?
I think for me more so, people only see the club side of me. they don't necessarily see the other side of me that, you know, work and do other things outside of the club. And so I just kind of really wanted people to get a better scope of who I was as an individual outside of Hype Man. Because in Dallas, people know me as Hype Man. They don't call me Stanley, they call me Hype Man. So, you know, if you say Stanley, people are like, huh? If you say Hype Man, they're going to know exactly who you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So I just kind of wanted to show the other side of who Hype Man was.
Pretty much the same thing. I just wanted them to get, you know, a better intel of who I was, what I do. Because a lot of people, they know me, but they know me mostly like in the club scene. You see me out, you know, I got a kid, but you don't know the things that I go through having my kid, raising a child, working a 9 to 5, and trying to get your cupcake order out while I'm also doing somebody's shirt. Or, you know, it's just a lot of things I'll be juggling at once. And there's somebody out there who probably feel like they can't do it when if this is something you love to do, you can do it. Like, regardless of what life throws at you, you can get through it. And that's kind of the message I want to, you know, show them. That's why I'm glad the show came about because I want them to see a little more vulnerability. You know, everybody know the regular Neiman, they don't get to see the softer or the me nurturing or being with my kid type of stuff. So, you know, pretty much I just want them to know you can do it. You can thug this out, and being, you know, a gay father is, you know, it's regular. You're a dad at the end of the day. It's the same thing as a heterosexual dad. So, you know, because we're gay, you know, it's like, yeah, yeah, nigga, we got kids too, you know.
I'm glad that you said that because it's like when it comes down to some gay shit, everybody make it seem like it's just so outlandish, like we are not regular fucking people. It's like they see a gay man with a kid. Okay, so how is it being a gay father? The same way it is being a fucking straight father. What's the difference? I
Or
just like niggas.
is
That's
this
it.
your niece? No, that's not my niece. It's my kid. Oh,
They feel like we're some sort of subhuman or some sort of different species.
real.
Like, so how do you raise children while being gay at the same time?
Yeah.
Like, do you like what's I don't I
I
don't
don't
know.
understand.
That's a
It,
rabbit hole that we don't necessarily want to go down.
Right.
But being on this reality show, it seems like, you know, there have been some altercations, some sense of division amongst the group. So
mhm.
what would you say is your
Amongst the
take on
group
the
or amongst individuals?
huh?
Amongst the group or certain individuals?
Yes.
You didn't say which one.
I mean, like, really, that means both. Like, well, let's say with individuals. Let's say amongst different individuals, because it's not necessarily the entire group. So, like, what's been your take on the friction amongst certain members of the group?
Who's that question directed to?
You.
And, mainly you. Neiman's mostly neutral. So,
Um, there's a lot that you all don't see. There's a lot that has been taken out. There's a lot of background story that is not displayed. So you're only kind of getting a portion of the situation and not the full story. You know, I'm a big believer on for every action is a reaction. You may get the reaction, but you're not getting what caused the reaction.
and
Mm.
it's a shame that they had to kind of go and piece together the season to remove certain people because I feel like there's great story there, but we're not getting privy to it because of, you know, factors out of everybody's control or whatnot.
What it's not everybody's control. Sometimes you can't be all entities of the show. You can't be a cast member, a producer, an editor. There has to be a division in certain roles and responsibilities because it causes friction, it causes division, it causes other things to come about. So a lot of times you're getting that because of other things that are taking place, again, that you all are not really seeing or not aware of. You're only seeing what happened after, you could say.
And we talked about that with Sean because he's an executive producer and a cast member. I'm like, I could never.
Yeah.
I could never because I just dibbled my big toe into the producing game for reality shows, and I'm like, this is work. I couldn't imagine trying to.
And to be honest with you, when you do that, you're kind of setting yourself up for issues and situations. Just kind of like Mona Scott being on every episode of Love and Hip Hop. It's not going to work.
Didn't Shawnee produce Basketball Wives too?
Yes, she
Yes,
did.
she did.
See?
She's executive producer. Yes, she is.
Problems. Problems. I
But
could not do it.
Sean is not doing the editing. Sean is not doing the filming. Sean is not doing a lot of the other roles that takes to produce a good show. She's executive producer and she's a cast member. But she does not have her hands in every part of what is being done to make sure that this show goes like it's supposed to.
So she just kind of like, she's not the exact, she doesn't go to do all the editing. She just kind of gives everybody like the thumbs up or like green light certain stuff, I think.
So, are you saying that you feel that there's, I don't know, production biasness? Is that what you're like going into with it? If we're
Definitely.
being honest, that's what you're saying.
Definitely. And I mean, and this is conversations that I've had with them as well. You know, I'm not saying anything that I have not already addressed on a personal level or in a conversation. We've talked about this, you know, and Neiman has even been in the conversations when we talked about this. And it's not about hating or anything like that. It's just about branding and doing good business. And I just feel like that when you're producing a project, there needs to be people in place for certain things because when you allow personal feelings to interfere with the show, then things become lacking that should not be. And it's because you're not doing it because you personally feel some type of way about an individual,
It
which
gets,
is
yeah,
not
it
good
gets
for the
very
show.
muddy.
Yeah, it's not good for the show. You know, like there was a situation that we had. We did an event together that was not filmed because we missed an event that they had the night before. So
Oh,
because
God.
we were preparing for an event, we missed it. You didn't come film our event because you felt some type of way.
Actually, no, this is a good question because we had a situation, well, not really a situation, but there's this issue with me and my cast where do you feel like you can't be necessarily close to members of production? Like you feel like you can't invite them to certain places, even though if it's not like a filming, do you feel like you can't invite them in certain spaces because you feel like they may go back to the production team and talk about what it is that you guys talked about?
For me, I feel like this. If it's production, production shouldn't have personal feelings about any cast member because they're there for a purpose, which is to film.
Mm.
Regardless of how you feel, you know, there's you shouldn't have a personal feeling about anybody if you're there to film because they're having an event. That's just what it is.
Do you feel like they can have like a separate friendship or relationship with somebody from production, or is it just like?
Yeah, I
Cause,
mean, I'm not opposed to that, but you can't have something that turns personal and then you don't film it because you personally feel some type of way about that individual when
yeah,
that has nothing to do with the show.
yeah,
Okay.
This is like if me and him get into it, but we're scheduled to do a segment together. Oh, well, I'm not gonna go because I'm not feeling him right now. That's not what we signed up for.
Yeah,
We
it's
signed
not
up to
fair.
do it regardless. Okay, well, I do this with him, but after I do this, it needs to be real short and sweet because I don't really want to look at that bitch like that long. Okay, that's fine. But we signed up for this knowing that we had to do this regardless of how we personally felt about each other. So we have to do a job. When you go to work and you work your 9 to 5, you may not like the bitch that's sitting next to you, but you gonna go do your job because that's what you're there for.
Baby, listen.
Okay, that's true.
Woo, that's true
When I
professionalism. Being
It's
able
a
to work
job,
when I
against the bitch you can't stand.
right?
when I say I pretend like they don't exist, I clock in every morning. Hey, 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 hey. I would act like you don't exist now.
Exactly. But I mean, it's your job, so that's what you're required to do, regardless of your personal feelings about somebody.
Yeah. Because I honestly feel a lot of people held back on certain things they wanted to probably say or confessionals or wanted to do things because like they probably feel like production is going to say some or feel some type of way about them if they give their honest opinion or honest thoughts. So it'd be like, well, I ain't gonna say that. And I'm sure a lot of people did that because it's a lot of shit that should have been said or could have been said, but it don't get said because it's like, well, production and they gonna be filming, so they gonna know what I'm saying, or what if I'm saying something about him, he gonna get mad and piggyback and backdoor and say something about me because he production, so he can go in there and edit it, So you know, it's up, it's up. If
I
it's up,
think
it's up.
I have an interesting question. Since y'all are part of a reality TV, and Scotty and I watch reality TV from now and even from like way back at like Flavor of Love days. Do y'all feel like reality TV now has been sort of tainted by the age of social media because a lot of people are so afraid of the online backlash that could happen from when stuff comes out, as opposed to back in the early 2000s, there was no social media and they could say whatever the fuck they're gonna say. If
Mm-hmm.
you felt a way about it, that's too bad. There's nothing you could do about it. There's no way you could say
That's
or get in
Mhm.
contact with the person, so they felt more free. Do you feel like people felt more free in the earlier days before social media as they do
definitely,
now?
definitely,
I
yeah.
agree. I mean, I definitely feel like when you sign up to do reality, you definitely have to have the whole armor of protection because if you do not, you know, because people that watch are very critical and they will tear you to shreds about any and everything.
Yeah.
Even with y'all being like a relatively new show that's still building up, like y'all still get the same.
That makes it even worse.
Mm-hmm.
Does it?
Yeah, because people automatically attack us to say, "Oh, this is just a carbon copy of this," or they're just, it's just a phototype of this show, and it all seems the same to me. I think it's, like I think we both seen some of the comments. You just have to have tough skin.
Yeah.
Ooh, child, y'all better than me. More power to you for having the mental fortitude to deal with the bullshit because.
And and the sad part about it, I think we as a people and especially a community, we're probably more critical on each other. Bad, but it's true.
Okay. And I had a question, or my next question is going to be posed to Neiman. Because Neiman, you're in a relationship currently. Is that the case?
Negative.
Negative. I thought he just said he was in a relationship.
At the
At the
time.
time. When he was talking about when he was trying to put me into the show. This was
Oh, see, I thought that was current. Okay, so for those of y'all that were wondering, he is single.
I am single.
If you are in the Dallas area. But so what would you say is like your longest relationship that you've had?
My recent relationship, it was 5 years.
5 whole. See, we lucky to see 2 weeks. we
Nah,
lucky to see 2 weeks, constant communication, texting back and forth. So,
yeah.
God bless for 5 years. And so, with you being someone who was, gay but with a child, like, do you felt like your child had played any role in people wanting to date you or even sort of fetishizing you because of your children or anything of that nature?
I don't know, because in the beginning I didn't really put her on the forefront, and she's 6. I met him when she was 1, so he's been the only thing and the only one around that she's known. So it kind of, I don't know. I think he always wanted this type of relationship with, a child, a boyfriend. So it it fused us together a little, a little quicker, a little stronger. Because a lot of stuff we did was for, a kid. Because at the end of the day, that's the only man she know other than me.
I mean, yeah, that's true. And it's, I feel like it always makes, puts pressure on a relationship if you have, say you have a, young child, like you said, when she was 1 years old and you're introducing, somebody that you consider your partner. And if y'all are together for as long as you guys were together, and if the relationship doesn't work out, now I have to deal with explaining to my child why you're no longer around, why, I mean, do you call him like my other daddy, or what do you actually like? What do you call?
She called him by his name. She knows who he is. She knows he's JC. She knows pretty much that, like she said to her mom before, like my boyfriend. So she knows, which I didn't know she know, but you know, she know what's up. And now that the fact that he's not around, and I'm kind of maneuvering, like getting that part, it's difficult. It's hard. This is somebody I thought would be there forever. Somebody I thought was gonna be my forever. So it's gonna take a toll on me and her. So we just gonna do it
Hmm.
together though.
And I feel like because you have children now, you feel more reserved to allow new people in because it's like, I mean, it already affects me. I have to heal. And then I have to think about this other young person that I care about that also is going through similar things that they can't really deal with it with the same kind of life experience that I have. So I got to think about that too. So,
Exactly.
baby, more power to you. Welcome back, Scotty.
Yeah, there was somebody else from that we're interviewing. They kind of called and I had to answer. So
Was that Sunday?
yeah, that's the Sunday one.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand. So here's a question that I can pose to the both of you that I always feel like is an interesting topic. How comfortable do you feel involving family into your relationships? Like, do you feel comfortable? Because a lot of us as LGBT people shy away and can't really feel comfortable bringing like your boyfriend home for Christmas, or if you're a girl bringing your girlfriend home for the holidays or whatnot. Have you been in an environment where you felt comfortable involving your family in your relationships?
With me, I'm very comfortable with it. My mama, my brothers, they all accept it. Like they know what's up. They treat my ex like he's us. My mama call him a son. My brothers call him bro. Like he's regular nigga like me. So like he comes to family functions, family reunions, Christmas parties, where it's my whole family. Like
Ooh.
don't nobody treat him no other way. Everybody know exactly who he is. They know all the fundamentals of everything. So it's I'm real comfortable with it.
Ooh, child, I can't relate, honey.
Yeah, I don't got them issues. Once I came out, and it was
I
like
ain't never met a nigga
rock with
family.
it. They all decided to rock with it.
I ain't never met a nigga family. They done met mine, but I never met theirs.
Oh,
See, I met like my significant others like siblings and made their mom the first one that I had. But none of them have met anyone outside of just my mom. That's because she was always around.
he's met mom, granny, aunts, great aunties, great uncles,
See,
anybody, everybody.
See, for
no,
me, I only bring him around like cause let me take my last dude for example. I only brought him like he met my mama, you know what I mean? He met my brother, but he met mostly my dad's side because they are they are more accepting. Um, they're more ratchet, and it's a lot of gays on my dad's side anyway, so he'll fit right the fuck in. But my mama's side, they're more
stick up the ass.
basically, and my mother is nothing like them. So That's why so.
I don't have any LGBT family members other than like my my cousin married a guy that had a gay daughter, and so she's not
Mhm.
technically our blood family. But on neither side do I have anybody that I know of that are LGBT that are LGBT.
Well,
So
on my mama's side, I'm the only gay on my mama's side. The only one, as far as I know, the only one. But on my dad's side, oh, it's a church choir of us, honey. Like we
See,
got we got a trans we got a trans cousin that I no longer fuck with. That's the one that I want to knock out the wheelchair, Jamar. That one. We got a
I
trans cousin.
brother.
We got you got lesbian cousins. Like it's a lot of us that's gay. So I feel right at home with my dad's side.
that's so right. Try
I
somebody
kept
that's
running out the gay because ain't nobody gay in my family, but I was just one of them. Look, this is what it is, and they just shit. They just rock with it. Ain't nobody against it, and if they are, they don't say nothing to me.
discouraged.
They'll speak about it in their living room by themselves.
They
Girl,
know how
you
I
know.
am. They know how my mama does. So if they do,
Right, they know. They'll say it behind your back. That's all.
yeah.
It's fine though.
You didn't even answer that.
I mean, for me, I mean, my mother, me and my mother have a really really close relationship. So she knows my stepdad is really cool. So like my parents have met guys I've dated or talked to. All my friends know my mama. She loved them just like me. My mother's side of the family is a little bit more because I'm from the Bible Belt area, so they're a little bit more sacrilegious. You could say. I mean, my mother she's really more open. Like from my hometown, I was hosting pride events and things like that before I moved to Dallas, and my mother worked the door. My mother and my stepdad worked the door, so
Oh, okay.
it's nothing foreign to them at all.
I can't imagine.
Right.
I
My
cannot.
mother would not like my mother would do it. I don't know about my daddy. Even though my daddy is very comfortable with me being gay, I don't know if he's gonna work doors and shit. But then again, he probably would because my youngest sister. I keep forgetting my youngest sister is also bi, so he has two gay kids.
Oh,
So
Which, well, never mind. I was going to say, they don't really care about girls can lick pussy all day long. People don't care.
yeah,
So weird.
it
Let it
People
be
is.
don't
like
care. But ooh, my parents working the dough at a pride, that in my mind looks so bizarre.
like
It doesn't even make sense.
that is.
But a question that I have for Sir Stanley is because last week Sean mentioned that you helped put together the cast of the show and you recommended people to join the show. As you mentioned, you recommended Neiman to join the show. How did you sort of go about picking who it is that you wanted and who you didn't want?
Everybody that I picked, I felt like offered something different. I felt like there were um, some relationship barriers, but there was an opportunity to kind of fix those. Everybody that I picked are people that have been doing things in the city, and they have a good following, and they've been doing their thing, and a lot of people just may not have were really familiar or aware of everything about them as I was. So that was kind of how that went about. And that's actually a lot of more people that I reached out to have since reached back out to me that are interested. But yeah, that was kind of how that happened.
Okay.
Yeah, I be wondering how people go about like when a reality show comes about, and people say, well, I suggested, I recommended this person, I recommended, and sometimes they're like, okay, so I wonder what it was about them that made them want to, bring the opportunity to them. You know
I
what
mean,
I'm saying? So,
to be honest with you, even before this project came about, um, me and Reese are really good friends. And so when Reese was redoing season 2 for Chasing Dallas, she kind of reached out to me to kind of ask me some questions about certain individuals that she was looking at. So for me, I'm a very sociable person. I do a lot in the community, and so I know a lot of people, and I'm really big on branding and building. And if I think the opportunity is a good opportunity for an individual, like we may not have a good relationship, but we might not have the best relationship. But if I feel like you're good for the brand or what the brand stands for, then I would never take that away from
That made me think of an interesting question because you mentioned earlier how you don't feel comfortable approaching people, but your job requires you to be very, very social. Is it just when it comes to non-business relationships that you're sort of shy? But if it was like approaching somebody, but like, hey, I feel like we could work together to create a business, as opposed to, hey, I think you're fine as fuck, let's go on a date.
Yeah, it definitely is. And a lot of my issues came from because, some of this was kind of talked about in the show, but for most of my life, I was 400 plus pounds. So I had a phobia of approaching people because of a fear of rejection. So, even though I'm no longer that person, that doesn't change a mentality of a person when you've done something for so long and it's always been, and like I've had guys that we make eye contact and, you don't say nothing to me, I won't say nothing to you, but then after the club, I get a jack notification or something like that, hey, I know or I may see them out the next weekend and they may be a little intoxicated and then they'll walk up to me, I know you saw me and I was watching you, why you didn't say nothing, I was like, so it typically happens like that sometimes, but yeah, so I think that's what a lot of that comes from.
Why do we do that? Why do we sit there and stare into a bitch soul for hours and won't say shit?
We were just having this conversation.
But we will go on the application of doom and send a message. This is like this message that you sent, you could have got a much more direct response live and in color.
I don't say shit.
And to be honest with you, he's the same way. Like, believe it or not, we can be in the club together and we'll hit each other and be like, oh, brother, he fine. You know what I'm saying? And neither one of us will. Like, now I could go approach somebody for him, but I'm not going to do it for myself.
Same. That's why I did. And that's because there's no pressure on me. You ain't rejecting me. I'm just the messenger.
Well, I didn't necessarily get rejected, but
no, you sure didn't. But you,
I was propositioned. I wasn't rejected.
Okay.
And then another reason why I don't do it is because every time that I do talk to somebody, everybody think that because I work in the club scene, that I'm fucking on everybody in the club. So it's kind of like, oh, you just trying to talk to me because you think it's gonna be this because you this, you know what I'm saying? So I just try to avoid the whole situation. So if you don't say nothing to me, and you can be fine as fuck, and we can lock eyes and stare each other down all night. If you don't say a word to me, I might call him and be like, bitch, it was this boy, da 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 da. Well, bitch, did you say something? I didn't say a word. Am I lying?
Yeah, you lying.
That sound like me. I ain't saying shit. Like people be like, "Oh, like I can't believe you didn't say nothing. Your personality is this and that, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, I don't give a damn. I'm not saying shit to you.
This
You're
is
not gonna embarrass me. Like no.
the crazy part. I've literally seen guys practically throw themselves at him, and he will be so shy, it will not say nothing. And then when we walk off, he be like, "Oh, brother, I should have went on this off too. Oh, he was so cute." And then we either don't see him no more or something happened. Like, but yeah, it is crazy. It is crazy.
It's always interesting to me, like when I see people, because if y'all look at y'all, both of y'all fine as hell. Okay, let's get that out of the way.
Well, I didn't want to say nothing, but you said it.
I'll be the one to say it. I'll be the one to say it. So it's always interesting to see people who I would deem attractive be like, "Oh, I'm scared to talk to people, and I feel like they're gonna reject me." I'm like,
You just never know.
"What?"
And for me, not knowing is easier for me than to actually be. Yeah.
That's
People don't
crazy.
believe I'm shy. I will not go up to nobody. I would sit. I can sit in that club all night and eyeball you all night till it's time to go, and I still won't say nothing to you.
See, I lock eyes with somebody, and then I feel like if they keep locking eyes at me, I'm thinking like, "Why is this staring at me? Do I need to call the police?" Like that's what I feel
So
like.
let me tell you about this one. So I DJ'd an event. It was a brunch, and the brunch had like 8 dancers there. There was this one dancer that followed him the entire event. I'm talking about when he was eating, he fed him and everything.
Hey, calm down.
You was getting fed,
And all he said was, "Oh, brother, he fine." But he would not conversate with that man at all.
baby. Let me tell you something. Once you buy me food, you in the door.
Well, see, the event came with free
Or
food.
a drink.
You know, he was eating and the dancer just walked up and he was like, "Oh, let me help you with that." I mean, so he was practically like inviting himself
I'm
for
just
the conversation.
okay.
And he was just like,
All right.
yeah, blushing.
Y'all living a life I don't know nothing about. It must be nice. Tell me about it. Tell me more.
Or sometimes some guys be saying that they don't want to come to me because they think I'm mean as fuck. I guess because of
Okay.
the I'm really not mean, but
You
it's
have
like
resting bitch face, friend.
pretty much.
I
You have the
I
resting
can
see
see
bitch
that.
that.
face.
I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see
because we say this on every interview. Jamar is, I feel like he's nicer than I am. I'm not necessarily mean, but Jamar's more open to other people than me. Like Jamar brings somebody, will meet someone, and then, say for instance, he moved to Atlanta recently. So whenever I come back to Atlanta and I come see him, he gonna try to I know he gonna bring me around certain people. So Jamar probably be like, well, hey friend, we gonna go to this get together, such and such gonna be there, and blah blah blah. I'm like, who are these people? Well, they're my friends, and I know they're good people, and I want
I
you to
wouldn't bring
meet
you around nobody that you
them.
haven't already met. None of the
But
people that in the vibe click in
you,
Atlanta are people that you have not met.
you'll probably be like, well, friend, they nice people, and I'll be like, mm,
You just being a stubborn horse. That's what it is.
I don't like people like that. I don't like people like that. It's
It's
like I'm an introvert extrovert pretty much. Like I like people, but I don't really like to get to know them. So a lot of the times when I'm in a club, yeah, so sometimes when I'm in a club, I really don't be trying to look mean, but if I'm in a vicinity with a bunch of people, I don't like a lot of crowds. So I'm in a club and there's a lot of people around, and I don't like being around a lot of people, and it may look like I'm a bitch, but I'm really not a bitch. So when a dude come up to me at a bar, why you look so mean? And I'd be like,
and
what are
then
you
you look
trying to
mean at them with the side eye, like.
say?
But
Or they'll wait till after the club to hit me up on Instagram to say, well, I saw you at the club, but I was too scared to say something to you.
that sounds familiar.
people always talk about. I hate that. Look, it's the only option I have. I can't. I'm physically unable to say stuff to you, so this is what you get. Ooh,
Some of them be bold though, because like I remember I told you about the deaf guy that hollered at me at the club one time. I did not know how to take that.
What was you
How did that
saying?
Just
go?
not what he
Did he
could
write
not
you
hear
a
it.
note? He wrote you a note.
This is what happened.
I didn't know this story. Hold on.
I did tell you the story. I told you on one of
You
the
ain't tell
interviews.
me
You probably
about
don't
no deaf,
remember.
nobody that's deaf that tried to holler at you and get in your
Maybe that
pantyhose.
was Josiah. I told this story too. But however, I was at a bar one night with my friend, and this he was cute. He was cute. He walked up to me and he waved, and I waved back, and I'm like, okay, maybe he over here trying to get a drink, or maybe he gonna try to holler at me. So he started texting on his phone and stuff, and I ain't say nothing. Then he he did me like this. He tapped me and then he showed me his phone and he said, "My name is such and such. I think you're handsome, but I'm deaf." And I'm
Oh,
like,
Wow.
oh, that's cute.
"Oh,
That's cute. I thought he was just so shit. You understand?
yeah." Like it wasn't sign language. And he said,
Oh,
"Can?" So I'm like, I didn't know what to say because he can't hear me and I don't know sign language, so I really didn't know what to say. I kind of froze for a
it's
second,
back in the phone.
and then so he gave me his phone and he looked at my phone, so I guess and he wanted my number, so I gave him my number and we text for about a month, but it didn't go nowhere. He just
Oh.
wanted to fuck. That's all.
Whoa.
Look, niggas will still be niggas, whether they can hear, speak, talk. They
Shit.
niggas.
Oh.
That's I don't know how I would respond. I'd be like,
Well, you can't respond.
Like you don't know what to say. Like that was like, oh.
there's no point to say anything. They can't hear it. So it's
Yeah.
like,
He could reach your lips.
I
child.
don't know. He was in a dark ass club. I don't know. But at least he was bold. The one time I was bold and tried to shoot my shot at somebody at a club, I said the lamest shit, but I got their phone number.
What you say?
That's the end goal.
What you say?
um, I walked over to because I had seen him before. I seen him two times before this because I seen him the first time I saw him. I was at a mall because he worked at the mall. The second time I saw him, he was in front of me at a K Michelle concert. And then the third time I saw him, we was at the bar. But he kept eyeballing me the whole night, eyeballing me, eyeballing me, eyeballing me. And I kept eyeballing him too. And he was not going to come over there and say anything to me. So my friend was like, "Bestie, go over there and talk to him." I said, "What am I going to say to him? Just go over there and say hey to him or something." I'm nervous. So I'm like, okay, what I'm going to say to this man? I'm like, "Hey." He's like, "How are you?" I said, "What's your name?" He said, "James." So I said, so he said, "What's your name?" I said, "My name is Scotty, like the basketball player Scotty Pippen, that's my name." And he started laughing and I just face palm just like that because I thought that was so lame. And then he said, that is funny. Here's my number." And he gave me his number. I'm just like, I said that weird ass shit, and he gave me his number.
Look, sometimes corny shit is cute
It is.
because if you say some corny shit, that means that you really give a fuck about this
You have a
interaction
sense of
right
humor.
now.
Yeah.
You really give a fuck about this interaction right now, and you are trying so hard, and that is effort.
Because I was scared as shit. I do not like to be rejected.
Okay. So now I'm going to ask a shady question
Oh, Lord.
because we've been real light
Very.
thus far, and both of you can answer. Whenever whichever one decides to go first. Amongst this group, amongst the grind Dallas, who don't you see it for?
I might need another, I done drunk up all my Coke.
Take your time to process.
So let me ask, when you say don't see it for them, as far as what?
You don't like them.
What's your definition of what don't you see it for? What's your personal?
For me, I will say this. There's nobody that I do not personally like. There are individuals that I just treat with a long handle spoon.
I'll say, like, when you say you don't see it for somebody, who is selling something that you just don't buy?
That's a good way to put it.
I'm gonna let you.
I don't. See, this is my problem. I be too neutral. Like I don't know. Like I feel like everybody who is part of the cast has something to bring to it. Like regardless of what your grind is, that's what you were supposed to showcase and try to get out there. But I don't know. I don't think I care enough to feel like you don't do it for me, you don't do it for me. But I don't know. I just ain't thought about it. I don't know.
I think for me, I feel like this. I don't invest enough in certain individuals to not see it for them because I never needed them to be who I am.
I mean,
those answers too safe.
They're very pageant, Miss.
I mean, because and I'll say this because if we were to go down the list, I can tell you good and bad. A lot of the issues with individuals with me is not necessarily of how I feel. It's because of conversations that have been had and how you felt about the conversation. I'm this type of person. I don't have an issue with anybody. If you hear that I said something, come to me and ask me what was said. Don't take third information and respond accordingly if you have not had a conversation with me. Because if I said it, I'm going to repeat it. I never had a problem in doing it. So if anything is said that Stanley said anything, there's not anybody on this show that I hate. There's not anybody on this show that I feel slighted by because I am my own individual. I built my name and my reputation in this city by myself. So you didn't give me anything, you can't take anything away. If this show was to leave tomorrow, I'm still going to be the voice of the city because this is who I am. I don't need validation from anybody on this cast because that's not why I came here. I didn't come asking you all to be a part of this. I was reached out to. So for that purpose, I don't have a reason to feel slighted by anybody because nobody's going to dim my light.
That was a pageant answer.
I mean, that was Miss America.
It's no shade. You know, I am who I am. I solidified my name in this city by myself. So you didn't give me my validation and you can't take it from me. So why would I feel any type of way about anybody on this platform? Because you're not going to take anything away from me. I was hype man before I got here. I'm going to be hype man when I leave. What I do it from Dallas to Houston, to Atlanta, to Arkansas, to Mississippi, Oklahoma, anywhere else that I go. I built relationships with people on my own. I didn't need anybody to give me anything. I got out here and I grinded and I worked my ass off. Have I worked for free? Sure have. Because sometimes you have to invest in yourself and you have to do things to show people your work. So now that I've done that, I get my checks.
Hello? Look, we doing it right here, right now. This is the
we work for free.
Yes, I'm every bit of 40, but a bitch will never be broke.
You 40?
Yeah, I'm 40.
You broke?
Nowhere close to it.
You 40?
You're gonna go down the list of the people?
No, there's no need to.
Oh, y'all are gonna love the game at the end.
I watched y'all show, so I already know the game.
So you already know what's coming. That's gonna start being a theme. It's not even gonna be a surprise no more, Scotty.
Yeah, they're just gonna say, I already know. They already know now, so there's no need for us to say, well, at the end of every interview, we play. Nope, they already know. They already know.
I mean, that's fine because they look. As long as they know that it's coming. Scotty, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just about to ask because I don't want to ask the same question because I know I had to hop out for a second, because of the phone call I got regarding another interview. Let me make sure. Did you ask the question, about who is the troublemaker on the show? Did you already ask that question?
I did not.
Okay, in y'all's opinions, who is the troublemaker on the show? If there is one.
I feel like we're looking at him.
Who's the troublemaker?
I feel like we're looking at him.
Stanley, are you the troublemaker?
No, I'm not the troublemaker. I get my opinion on it, and however it's taken, it's taken. but I'm not a troublemaker.
Actually, let's ask this question. Who is the bigger troublemaker of the season, Stanley or Lay?
You said Stanley or Lay? We're gonna have to say Stanley because he's been there longer. Lay was in and out, so he got more trouble than she did.
Ooh, child.
Lay look like she
I don't think I was really a troublemaker. I
Yeah,
just
you
think a
were,
lot
but
of
you was
bitches
more
had a
than
lot
that.
of things to say about me, and I got thrown in a lot of things.
Okay, we'll take that. He's been in more trouble situations.
You know, my name has fell off of a few bitches' mouths, but it wasn't because I started a problem.
Baby. Well,
Okay.
there's been, a lot of talk about things going on behind the scenes that certain cast members don't want exposed to the show.
I'm sure.
So, do you have any idea of like what that tea may be and what cast member it's associated with?
I think it's with. They're saying it for pretty much everybody. Certain things. This was our first go around. Things everybody was not just comfortable showcasing right away. We didn't know how this was going to go. We don't know what's going to go on. So in the beginning, I didn't want when I was having trouble with my relationship to be on there. Like, nah, like I don't want it to go that deep into it. This is talking about my grind. So let's talk about me making my money. Like, I don't want to talk about my relationship. So, and they used to be like, well, no, that could be good. That could be good for it. That could be good for your story. But I just wasn't willing and open at that time to do that. Like, this is
Would
something.
you have been willing? Okay, I understand the part of not really wanting to have your relationship on the show. Would you have been willing to discuss it? Not too
Yeah,
much, but just enough.
I was
But,
that.
you
Like, if I
know,
have a sit down setting with somebody and I'm telling them, what I'm dealing with, type of shit. Yeah, I can talk about that. Like, but as in you being there, me and him recording, we getting into it, or we have an altercation about this, or I'm not feeling this. Like, and he didn't really want to be a part of the show. He was like, "No, this your thing. Do your thing. I'm the dude. You know who I am. I know who you is. Like, I don't want to be on the show because at the time, this is something new. We don't know how this is supposed to go. I had never been in reality TV. I didn't, this is my first go around, so I didn't know what to expect.
understood.
Baby.
What you didn't bring to the show? What you hide?
I don't think I hid anything. I mean, again, I think I was thrown into a lot of situations. You know, I will say this: out of everybody that allegedly had a issue or a problem with me, only one person addressed that situation, and that was Lay. Nobody else has addressed with me on film or on camera a issue that they had with me, and we had a conversation about it. A personal issue, like where you heard I said something. Now, yeah, I know everybody's seen the little situation with me and Sean. I don't think that was us addressing the issue. It was a question being asked, and he gave how he felt at that time. But I've heard a lot of people say, "Oh, well, yeah, I felt," and I've seen some of the interviews, and oh yeah, well, he said this and he said that, but nobody has addressed or had a conversation with me on film in regards to these allegations of what I allegedly said to get clarification on what was said. Again, third party information. So don't go airing it because of what one person told you if you have not heard the full story from everybody. Well, I take that out back. We did have a conference call, and a situation was addressed. It wasn't recorded, but we talked about it. But that's neither here nor there because nobody could see.
Well, because the lie is always more interesting than the truth. So
The lies gonna sell, but the truth is gonna flop all the time. I never understand it. Like the lie sounds way more sensational than the damn truth. Like when you tell the truth, oh, that's what that was. Oh, okay.
Because it's easy to say, oh, well, yeah, I heard he said, and I heard he said, but did you ask him did he say it? Did you have
Mm-hmm.
a conversation with him about what he allegedly said to get clarification on?
No,
Right,
because I didn't feel
exactly.
like it. It's sensitive.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what a lot of that is. Yeah, a lot of people can say, "Oh, well, I heard that Stanley said this and Stanley said that," but nobody has addressed me on film in regards to what they've heard to get clarification on if it was said, how it was said, and how it came about.
And that actually leads to one of my next questions. Is like all these platforms, like the grind,
Mm-mm.
Jason,
You
You breaking up.
messing
or
up.
any platform where it's supposed to showcase, huh?
You were messing
What
up.
happened?
You were messing up at first.
Oh, can y'all hear me now?
Yeah.
Okay. I said, that brings me to my next question. Like, so for shows like The Grind Dallas, or even like Chasing Reality, or where it's supposed to be a platform showcasing people going after or pursuing their dreams or aspirations, do you feel like you see more drama focused or more actual like entrepreneurship, actual you know attaining their destiny? Do you feel like there's an uneven balance?
Yep, I be saying it seems like it'd be more drama than anything. Like it seemed like it focused more on that than you grinding or you getting trying to achieve your goals. So you know, to me, that's my opinion. I don't know about him. Me.
I mean, I look at it like this. I get, drama is a part of anything, but I think that you still have to stick to the platform of what the foundation of the show is, which is people grinding or chasing something, their business, entrepreneurship, be it whatever that may be, you're showcasing that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I get the drama intensifies it and it's good for ratings, but what good is it doing if you're so consumed in the drama, you're getting away from what people are really doing in their everyday life?
That's true.
So what I'm gathering from this is you think it should be a sense of balance with, okay, we know we're on reality TV, so there's gonna be some kind of drama somewhere, but you also want it to be like a 50-50 thing. Okay, the drama, whatever, petty drama, we can have it, but we can also show a little bit more of our grind just as much as we show the drama. So you feel as though it should be a bit of a balance. It should be a 50-50 thing. You can have your 50% over here with the bullshit, and you have your 50% of what we're here to do, pretty much.
It
Yeah,
has to be.
because it always seemed like it's something showcasing us getting somebody getting into it or them for the fight or a big old altercation versus somebody fit to sit here and have a pop up shop that they're going to be attending. Like it always seemed like it's focusing more to the drama than to what it's supposed to be about.
Trying to use the platform to like, hey, showcase, this is my business. Check me out at this website,
Yeah, like
So yeah, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I
Um,
understand.
so for Neiman, you have like a very interesting or unique craft with baking. So how did you come into the business of baking?
baking. That's just always something I've always did since I was young. I always used to go in the kitchen with Granny, with my mama. It just seemed like I always used to always want to make a cake. Like my granny used to just show me how to starting off with the little box cakes, and then when you get older, you graduate from there. She's like, okay, no, let me show you how to really do it. It just seemed like it was always something I like to do because I pay attention to detail. So I want everything this way, this perfect. And my family used to always have me cook like the desserts, and they used to always say, "It's so pretty, it's so this, it's so that." So it's just like one day my cousin was like, "I'm gonna have you make some cupcakes for my job," and it was just a hobby. I was like, "Okay," and then she started saying, "My job want to start hiring you to do it," and it was like, "Oh shit!" So I can really make some money like doing this, like for real, for real. Because at first, all I
Hmm.
used to do was make gift baskets. I did all the kids' Easter baskets. I used to do just because baskets, Valentine's, all that stuff. So then when I crossed over into baking, it seemed like that just blew up, especially when they started tasting and it was like oh, okay, you use real ingredients, like this real butter up in here and stuff like that. It was like, oh, you really got some, and it was like, oh, okay, they like this, they really like this. So it was something that I like to do. Like I'm always dibbling and dabbling in things and shit.
If they tasted real butter, what were they tasting before?
I don't know. Probably done Walmart. They be dairy and stuff.
I'm just like, you actually use real egg and butter?
Yeah,
Like, what?
use a real egg from a chicken. Yeah.
What else is there to use?
Yeah.
Listen, listen. I'm gonna tell
Girl,
you right now, I can't bake, fry, or nothing. I can't do shit.
look,
DoorDash Bay all
you're
day.
gonna have to work on the talents in other areas, because baby, when it comes to the kitchen, baby, you fix your man a good meal, he gonna come back.
I'm not a baker, but I can fix you a good meal.
Yeah, he cook like oxtails and all that. He do all that kind of stuff.
Oh hell yeah. Can you?
Well, as long as you got a George Foreman grill, I can make a badass burger. But other than that,
I got one. I got one for you. I got one.
but other than that,
I haven't
I
seen
can't.
a George Foreman since 2006.
Yeah, I still
Well,
have
baby, it's one right there in this fucking kitchen right now.
They done upgraded them and everything. I got a good one.
We
George.
done moved to air fryers now, bitch.
I got George
You
Foreman, air
got
fryer, pressure cooker, all of them.
Um, Santa, do you ever make any trips to Atlanta?
Huh?
Do you ever make trips to Atlanta?
All the time. I actually, I'm really involved in ballroom too. So and I have a lot of gay family in Atlanta. So yeah, I'm always. We actually was just talking about going to Atlanta.
We're gonna pop up
We will communicate.
That's what he is.
in the city.
But you talk about oxtails. You know the last time I've had ox, baby.
I didn't even think, honestly, I didn't even think people down south even ate that because when I went up north to Jersey to visit my dad, that's all they were talking about. And I had never heard nobody down south talk about eating oxtails, and I had never had them. And I was just like, what the
I
fuck
You
don't
are
see,
you
like
down
talking
south we
about?
do like
Oh,
mother.
I don't like oxtails.
So we do
what?
like smothered
I don't.
oxtails, like pork chops and chicken and like that.
What you?
Yeah, he not
Mm.
know.
Wait.
I eat chitlins
He
though.
do.
I love them. But
Oh,
oxtails,
How do you
uh-uh.
eat chitlins but don't like? What? You're an ox.
still on. I get like you gotta dissect it just to find a little piece of meat. I be over there like,
No, that's neck bones.
oh, see, I don't
See,
even
okay, see now that's different.
know.
I don't fuck with neck bones
Because I'm
either,
like
fam.
oxtail. You
Oxtails
can't.
have more meat than neck bones.
I have never seen a person with melanin within 3 generations of their family not like oxtails.
Right.
I'm gonna try yours.
They
Okay,
good.
brother. I'm
They
gonna try
good.
it.
They are.
Stay tuned to be continued.
Now see, oof. I mean, I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean you don't? I had to take a
I
step
do
back.
not like I do not like chitlins at all. I don't even like the smell of when they cooking. I hate this shit. Oh my god, I hate it when my mama cook them for
Oh.
Thanksgiving. Ugh, horrible.
Oh Lord, okay. So I have another messy question. This one's for Stanley. So there was a green screen where you uttered the statement, fuck Jeremy Stevens. Now why you say that?
So there was a lot that had transpired prior to that green screen. We had a cast member conference call, and so how it initiated, there was a video posted in the cast group, and then there was a statement that followed that said, well, why didn't Stanley do it? And so my question was, what did that have to do with me when the person in the video was talking about another cast member? Why did you throw me in there? And so there was already some tension from a situation that had happened prior to that. And instead of addressing me about the situation, you had your feelings on your shoulder. So that was an opportunity for you to poke and prime. And so the conversation just kind of popped off from there. And so it got to a point to where I was 40 and I'm broke and I ain't got shit and I'm just this bum ass bitch. And so the general synopsis of that was fuck you, Jeremy Stevens.
So is there any current beef between you and Jeremy as of today?
I didn't have any beef with him in the beginning. He felt some type of way toward me. It wasn't a situation that I felt any way toward him. He found out some information and it made him feel some type of way. And instead of him coming to me to have a conversation about it, he took it upon himself to have feelings about it. And so in the group, he started to poke. And he was on the call and it went left.
So basically, you're saying you don't have any beef with Jeremy, but Jeremy has beef with you, pretty much.
I don't know what Jeremy got with me, and at this point, it don't really matter. But no, I don't have any. I don't have a reason to have any personal issues.
Well, Jamar, you asked the right person the messy questions because Stanley knows how to handle those questions. Oh my God, he knows how to.
With the truth. So we're not trying to be Miss Black Universe over here.
Not Miss Black Universe. Oh shit.
Y'all don't pay me no mind. I've been drinking.
Mm-hmm. I'm sober as shit right now.
See, you need to catch up.
I think this is another messy question, but
You
has
think?
there
Or
been any? It pretty much is. Okay, on these shows, sometimes things like this happen, and you can either answer it or not. But has there been any Jada Pinkett and August Alsina situations with the cast members? In so many words, has there been any entanglements on this show that we don't know about?
Oh, have they been goosing?
is that what you call it?
There's been allegations and allegedly some. I'm not in the room with them, so I don't know what they're doing. I've been told stories, but I wasn't there to witness it, so I can't say they did and who did who. But there has definitely been some allegations brought to the group that there was some screwing up the cast members.
I was doing the sign language for him as he was.
So I'm going to piggyback off that question and ask an even messier question.
Ooh.
Hold on, wait. Before I do that, let me pour my drink. Actually, I'm gonna ask it as I pour my drink. So, for a question for each of you, if you had to choose one person from the cast to knock ankles with, who would it be and why?
To knock ankles with.
Why did you get so close?
Because I want to know.
I mean, honestly, there is nobody on the cast that I look at in that way. And that's because outside of Lay, everybody else I already knew and had some type of relationship with them, be it friends or associates. So, I would never bring anybody that I'm attracted to the cast because I would have to fight a bitch. So no, I wouldn't.
My kind of guy. My
I
kind
wouldn't
of
even
guy.
set
Go
myself
ahead,
up.
Neiman.
Now I bought dates around, but I would never bring anybody that I'm, looking at in that way or manner to present them to be a cast member because I get real ignorant about mine.
So, like, not even like if it was a drunken night, y'all both just chilling, hanging, and they just so happen to slip, fall, you face down, ass up. Ain't nobody? Nobody.
I would say this, out of everybody on the cast, the people that I think are the more attractive are my brothers. So I don't. It's a no-go for me anyway. So
Scott, I'm trying. I am fishing, but I am
You ain't
coming
gonna
up
get
with
shit. That
nothing.
worm that you just put you you ain't
Nothing.
gonna get it, bro. You ain't gonna get
You
I guess. Come on, Miss America.
know.
it. You killed me with this Miss America shit.
Because look, you know exactly what I'm talking about, though. But you know exactly what I'm talking about.
So what are you getting at though? Because it sounds like you're trying to ask a question without asking a question.
I just wanted, because I feel like there's never been a situation I have seen that a circle of homosexual black gay men can't find something that they want to suck on.
Well, in this group, there is nobody that I would want to put my mouth on.
Wait, say that again. What did you say?
I said in this group or this circle, there is nobody that I would want to put my mouth
See, we probably would, Jamar, but they don't. So
I'm never mind.
and that's because they know them. We don't know them, so of course we would probably want to put our mouth on somebody. Well,
What y'all want to put y'all mouth on?
This
see,
is not the platform for that.
see,
on. Oh, it's definitely the platform.
Yeah, let us hear it. Let me ask the question: which cast member you'll put your mouth on? Just by
Jamar
watching
Ashton.
the show.
Oh,
Oh, where you go? Come back. Just let us know. What's up?
Listen,
Go on, answer Jamar.
Where's
I
Scott?
stepped
Oh,
out of
he's
this question.
girls. Come back.
listen,
Go ahead, Jamar. Answer the question.
listen.
Come on.
I'm a real bitch, okay?
give a
And
fuck.
in
Real
my
ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga.
real bit, there's about, listen. First of all, we can get this out the way. Uh, would definitely have the two of you,
Appreciate it.
Okay.
preferably at the same time.
Appreciate it. Oh,
We never did that.
And
Go ahead.
I would have Jeremy too. I ain't even gonna lie.
Okay.
Real ass bitch, give a fuck about a nigga.
hey.
It's probably the same for me, to be honest. Now, I
Which
don't know about having people at the same time, but I think the answers are the
Look, if we
same.
want to have back-to-back appointments, we can do that as well. We can conjoin the appointments, whichever is most, better for everyone's schedules.
I think Rude Boy is kind of cute. I think Sean is cute.
You
Um,
think the Rude Boy gives me fuckboy energy?
yeah, he does. He does. He actually does. He does give me like fuck boy, like that toxic ass fuck boy that you can't get rid of. Like you want to get rid of him, but you don't want to get rid of him. It's like he can tell you a lie to your face and you know it's a lie, but you still gonna fuck with him anyway. That type of thing. That's what he
That's
gives.
about
Like the type of nigga I'll probably call, curse him out, and then he'll probably come by the house and bring me some Zaxby's or something, and then I just let him in.
Bitch, not Zaxby's, girl. Of all the places that you could have chosen, bitch, you picked Zaxby's.
Bitch,
I
I love Zaxby's. I don't know what you talking about.
Zaxby's is good though, but bitch, if I'm gonna have somebody
is it
bring
one
This
here?
is
something to
actually
me, I'm
I
gonna
ain't never
get some
seen one here.
expensive shit.
this one not far from her.
You gonna do what? You gonna do what, Jamar? I ain't hear what you said. What you say now?
I said no, but if I'm gonna have somebody bring me something, I'm gonna bring me something a little bit more expensive than Zaxby's. If I ain't paying for it, I'm gonna get some good shit.
Bitch, you give me Zaxby's and Chick-fil-A and I will shut the fuck up. I don't care.
I cannot. But
I
look,
do not care.
at
Okay? I
least
do not
look,
care.
I would wear. I'm a look. Listen,
Okay.
See,
So
you bougie.
it,
You bougie. I'm
that
not
is not being
bougie.
bougie, bitch. If you
You
gonna
are
get
bougie.
something, get the good shit. If somebody says I'm gonna buy you anything you want in the world, you gonna select something for Forever 21?
okay.
That shit don't matter to me. I don't need expensive shit. Honestly, I don't.
Get this straight, Scotty. You had said everybody name except for Orlando and Lay.
Well, Lay's a female, so of course not. But I don't even like. I don't. I forgot. To be honest, I forgot about Orlando. Honestly, I did. Um, I think he's cute too. Honestly, I think I think just about everybody on the cast is
I mean, there's
worthy.
nobody that's toe up from the flow up, but just off the top of my mind,
Yeah,
since they're in front of me right now.
Hmm.
yeah. Everybody on the cast is worthy to me. Just about.
That's right.
Everybody is.
So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I was afraid to talk to him. Like, bitch, shut up. Go talk to that man. Because if
Who
he,
you talking about?
both of them talk about they be scared to go approach people in the club, fine as they is. Y'all better stop.
Be a little shy.
Yeah, we just be a little shy, you know.
Shut
I can't.
the fuck. I need to start put y'all face on and go to the club looking like y'all be looking. Then I probably get somebody.
If you don't stop down to yourself,
Okay, you can do it
Right.
like you look. What you
Like
talking
for real,
about?
for real.
if
Listen,
you don't shut up, Jamar,
my DMs be drier than none pussy.
Damn.
and you think mine be wet,
Let's check your text messages. Exactly, bitch. So that's why my point has been made.
Oh,
You see, silence.
they're fuck boys anyway. They ain't going nowhere. I'm a fuck boy magnet. That's all they really want me is fuck boys.
hmm.
Anyways.
It's probably the it's probably the Zaxby's plates that make them want to talk to me. That might be what it is.
Oh my God. Are you having a good time?
Definitely.
That's
Because I don't even know what this has turned into at this point. But it's fun. Whatever it is, it's fun.
It is.
Oh, have we reached the point of the game, Scotty?
Did you ask that other question?
Which one?
Um, it was also a part of the whole entanglement and who would you bone in the group? It was another part to that question.
See, I
And
didn't want to go there because the
I
last
didn't
time
want
I tried to ask that question, Sean gave us the Miss America answer as well. So I didn't feel like I was gonna get anything that I wanted to get. But if you want to give it a try, you want to fish the rail out there in the water, see what you get.
I'm trying to find a more eloquent way to answer
There is
to
no
ask
elegant way to ask
this
that
question.
question. There is no elegant way to ask that question.
Fuck it, who the top, bottom, and verse in the damn group? That's pretty much what the question is, because we want to know.
I think everybody's pretty.
I think everybody do an even share of fucking and
Yeah,
fucking.
I think so too.
Taking.
I think it's 2021, so you know everybody kind of.
It just depends on how you feeling that night.
Good to know.
I second that, Neiman. That's how I feel at this point in my life. It doesn't matter anymore.
Feeling, but it's just gonna happen.
Depends on who's calling.
This has been a fun ass interview. I swear to God, it was.
I
Fun
cannot.
as fuck. Okay, well, it's time for the game, child. They know what type of game this is, since they said they watched the show already. Before we go into this game, though, I'm finna put Stanley on the spot for a second.
Okay.
First of all, thank you, Neiman, for following me, because Stanley ain't followed me back, but it's okay.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna do that ASAP.
It's
Oh, see,
it's okay. I guess I gotta go to his parties and shit for him to follow me, child.
No, not at all.
But anyway, though, let's get into the game. Jamar, you want to start it off?
So the way the game works is that we're going to list off um, names from the group of the Grind Dallas, and you can describe them in one word or one short phrase of your choosing. So I will start off first. Let's see. What's a good way to start? We'll start off light, and I
Yeah, you
guess
gotta start off
since
light.
you're together, I guess you decide which one goes first.
Got it.
But
By the way,
what happened, baby?
Thank
I,
you.
Oh, he just did it.
I'm
Yeah.
following both y'all.
Oh,
I would say they was already following me before this thing started.
I was following Scotty too, so I need you to back here and check your receipts.
Oh,
Ooh, the read, come for
no.
her, shade her, let her have it.
My bad.
Okay, first name is gonna be Orlando. Describe Orlando.
oh, you breaking up.
You are froze.
Okay.
Wait, can
We
you hear
There
can't
you
me?
go.
Can you hear me
we can't
now?
hear you.
What the fuck?
There you
go.
go.
This ghetto.
That's StreamYard. I
So you
can't
can hear
wait
me
till we
now.
switch over to
Yeah,
Zoom.
we can hear you.
Child, the ghetto. Okay, so I don't even know what the fuck I just said. What did I say?
I think you was
Orlando.
about to start. Yeah, you was about to start the game, Orlando.
I
Orlando,
said the first name
Orlando
was
is. I'll just say he's different.
I think Orlando is passive.
Scotty.
I agree with that. Um, even though she's not, because I think we included her last time when we interviewed Sean. So even though she's not on the show anymore, Layla Ali, that's what I call
Misunderstood, I would say.
Isn't that what Sean said?
She
her.
kind of
I think so.
she had relationships with everybody differently, so how he understand her is different than the way I understand and talk to her. So it was really
Because when we met her,
misunderstood.
they hit it off
We
good.
good, we cool,
And me and her never really hit it off, and then we instantly went into a little situation. So we never really got. I mean, we got to a better place, but our relationship was never like that. But they hit it off really well. Like they still talk.
Yeah, she came over yesterday and got some shirts.
Okay. Sean.
Sean, that's my firecracker.
I would say Sean
Hot
is.
stirrer. I got a lot of words for him.
I say he's a posture. He's also a mediator.
Yup, he can be. Let's talk about it.
And it's crazy because me and Sean, my vision of what I thought was going to happen, I thought that me and Sean were going to not get along, and me and Jeremy were going to be really close, and it kind of like reversed. Like we started
Hmm.
off, we bumped heads, but like me and Sean ended up getting like really cool, and me and Jeremy relationship went south. So that's why I say he's a mediator, because I think for Sean he has to try to. Yeah, he's a mediator. I think.
My baby. I can call him anytime. He gonna answer. We gonna talk, whether it's mess or regular shit. Like I
He tries to keep the brotherhood, but then he also tries to be loyal to his best friend.
okay, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Um, Rule Boy.
Um, I guess I can say this because of how long I've been knowing him. He is protective.
I'm gonna say
I
lit.
can see it.
He's actually calling me now. That's the crazy part.
He's lit. Anytime he there or at a function, it's funny. He's gonna make you laugh. He's shy, but he be lit because it be some shit he be saying. And he's a cool person to be
And he's
around.
passionate.
Sure.
Should I'll say should that's my Sugar's kinda underestimated.
Hmm.
Also, like I don't think they know what Suge is
The
capable
potential,
of, the
right?
potential
He's
that he had, the things that he know, and things that he can do. So
like the
I'll
underdog.
say, yeah, he kind of be the underdog when he just there the whole time, like, girl, I already not do that. Like, girl, I'm this, I'm that. So I'll say he's a little underestimated, but
He is. I agree.
yeah,
And the crazy part about it, like he was one of the very first people that I met because we're in the same fraternity. So he was like one of the very first people that I met when I initially moved here. Um, and we started off. We had a really good relationship. As people grow, you know what I'm saying. Our relationship kind of like dissolved, but I in my book we're still cool. I don't have anything bad to say about him. I think that he gets caught in a lot from third party conversations.
Hmm. Okay.
he one of my favorites. That's my friend. I like Suge. I've been knowing him for many, 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 many years, even before this. So
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Okay.
I guess last and certainly not least, Jeremy.
Temperamental.
oh, that was it. Jeremy, that's my baby. I'm gonna say Kenya Moore.
Definitely Kenya
He's
Moore.
def-
Not Kenya.
that's my Kenya Moore. All yeah, that's it. Is that a word? Well, it's a name, but
We understand exactly what you're saying.
okay.
We understand where you're going with it. We
And I
understand.
mean, I feel like it's only appropriate that you got to answer for each other. Oh, wait, hold on. Did y'all hear what I just said?
Yeah.
Uh huh.
Okay.
Neiman is um neutral. I will say that.
I'm tired of you bitches always saying
You
it.
are neutral. Like, like he like
Oh,
it take like he really tries to keep everything level as much as he possibly can. But I mean, but I will give him credit that if he see bullshit, he gonna call it. It may be jokingly, but he still will call it for what it is.
she ain't that neutral. Okay, I'm gonna say Stanley to me, and I can only say to me because I don't know his relationships, but he's always been loyal to me. Like anything I need, anything I say to him, it ain't gonna go past him. Anything it just regardless what it is, that nigga ain't gonna say nothing. They'll put it on the front street like, well, Neiman said this. He gonna say, well, Neiman ain't here for us to talk about it, knowing damn well I said it. And I love that about him. He ain't gonna let nobody throw me on the bus. He ain't gonna let nobody jab at me. And if they do jab at me, whenever he leave the setting or while he probably still sitting there, he gonna text me and let me know.
That sounds
Okay,
like
that's a good
You
one.
Jamar.
have to be loyal to those that are loyal to you. And one thing that I value is relationships. And I'm not going to. Now, I can't speak for other individuals, but me personally, if we have a good, solid relationship coming into this, I'm not going to allow anything or anybody to mess it up because this. I mean, it's no shade. This stuff come and go, but our relationship is deeper than that. Like, especially if I consider you a best friend, a brother, Like I take those titles serious. So you know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna say that I'm not gonna back up off of a situation if I feel like that if I give you my opinion and you just not gonna listen, you're gonna do what you want to do. I'm gonna let you do that and I'm gonna back up and I'm gonna let you find out for yourself. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna, if I fuck with you, I fuck with you, and it's just on that.
You sound like Jamar and I. That's how we are. Jamar will. I say this all the time. Jamar will tell me something, and I don't listen because he said it. You know what I mean? Like he'll tell me to go right, but I will purposely go left because he told me to go right.
Because you're hard headed.
So that's hard headed and stubborn. So I don't necessarily listen to what he be saying, even though I know it's facts. But I'm like, this bitch is not gonna be right this time. I'm gonna go on and do what the fuck I wanna do. And then when I go out and do what I wanna do, I have to come back and eat that pie and be like, I don't wanna tell you that you were right, so I'm just gonna leave it at that.
You ain't got to, because I knew it when I said it the first time.
We just had that conversation because, like I
I think I'm like Scotty.
We was talking the other day, and like I told, as a friend, I'm gonna give you my opinion, and I'm gonna tell you what it is. Now, if you choose to do it anyway, I'm not gonna be there to say, "Well, bitch, I told you." I'm gonna be there and support you, no matter what it is. But as a friend, I'm still gonna tell you right from wrong. Like, bitch, you was wrong. Like, I'm gonna support you and I'm gonna ride with you, but bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you know what it is. But I'm not gonna let no other bitch sit up and run you down. No.
Yeah, he not gonna let nobody do that to me, but he gonna make sure he tells me himself how fucked up it was, and you should have listened to me. I tried to tell you that, and this is you stubborn as fuck. Can't nobody tell you nothing, which is all true, but I don't want to hear that.
But he
But
don't
you
talk
need
like
it.
he say it in other ways, but
But
he
you
nice.
need it.
He don't talk like that.
No, but you got to tell them, like, you got to get that switch. Be like, I told your ass not to text that bitch.
Oh
Mm-mm. You keep
Look,
it the way you do it, don't do it. I'll be all emotional, and he be like, "It's all right, come on."
I mean, I could take him into my bosom, but after he's done crying, I told your ass not to text
I'm
that
gonna get
bitch.
mad.
But I don't cry though, so you don't have to worry about me doing
Well,
that. I don't
your
cry.
version of crying.
Oh,
And what is that?
Child, the 2-3 hour long conversation of you venting about how much of an ain't shit nigga this person is. That's your version of crying. You going on for 2 hours talking about the many reasons why he ain't shit.
whining.
And in the same 2 hours, you are saying, "Well, I said all of that already. You didn't want to listen to me." Constantly reiterating how right you was. That's why
I don't know what more you want from me.
to shut the fuck up.
I don't know
That's
what
what I
more you want
want.
from me. But be that as it may, so at the end, usually at the end of these interviews, another question that we like to ask is, did y'all have a good time? Did you feel comfortable? Do you feel like we did our job as the host? We want to get your feedback.
Yeah, I had a great time.
I had a good time. I'm glad we came.
Definitely.
Yeah, like y'all did y'all job. Y'all made us feel comfortable. Y'all asked us questions. Y'all tried to make us get out the box. Sometimes we did, sometimes we didn't. So, I appreciate the effort. But yeah, I would definitely, continue to watch you guys and follow y'all. And, I try to say hey every time I come in, I say hey.
He do be
Jamar,
coming
Jamar
in.
always
He
say
stopping through.
he always say hey. Scotty may say it tomorrow or something, but
Listen, I try not to pay attention to the comments because
I be catching him when he be in here. I usually catch him.
I do be seeing him in here, but sometimes I be so focused on what we doing that I don't be stopping. And then, because of those panels that I do outside of here, and all them people be in there, and sometimes it be disrespectful, and I be trying not to look these days because I'll cuss a bitch the fuck out if I see something I don't like.
no.
So, But you know what? Let me make sure when we do another interview to make sure that Neiman is in the building so I give him his undivided attention every time he comes through the door. I'm going to be sure to say, wait a minute, y'all, Neiman in the building. Let me
I'm
say,
gonna
hey.
if you don't too wide.
He is. You said it. It's
Oh,
up
Lord.
now. He gonna hold you to it.
Oh,
I
Lord.
do it because he fine.
You do. You do it every time. Every time. You always.
I'm just saying. Shit.
We
I say,
know it.
shut the fuck up, bitch. Bitch, always
The
coming for me.
verbal, the verbal abuse. Like, it's just,
The
I
verb
don't
on
even
whose part? Yours
understand.
or mine? Because I know damn well you were talking to me.
Yours. The verb. I can't believe that we've been friends for this long, for almost a decade, and you just treat me like this. Like I just don't understand.
Now, see, here's the thing. Neiman has been here for a long enough time to realize that what you just said is bullshit.
Yeah.
Isn't it time for this to be over? Because what you're not going to do is try to read
Oh, okay.
me
So you
in
want to cut
front
it
of
off when you're
everybody.
getting red.
This is what you're
Got it.
not going to do.
You
This is
want
what
to
you're
cut it
not going
off
to
when the
do.
girls are getting you
You ain't.
together.
You're not going
Got
to
it.
read me, honey. You're not going to read me.
Didn't she come for me first?
I believe so.
Can
I
we?
was watching.
But
So
see, we can wrap this up. We can wrap this up. We
See,
can wrap
and
this up.
this is why I love Neiman. Mwah. Kisses.
Anybody that's on your side, you gonna love them, bitch. Like, shut up. Like,
Fuck you,
let's just
whore.
see what I'm saying? Then he always calling me a
Always
whore.
in response to the bullshit that you be talking, bitch.
Jamar, we're not doing this. Not tonight.
Listen, I'll stop when you stop.
I want to eat my Subway and my dill pickle chips and my Coke. I don't have time for you.
She been talking about that Subway for the past 2 hours, child.
yeah. Oh,
Shit.
hopefully
Are we
We'll,
like?
we'll go ahead and let y'all go. We want to thank y'all again for coming onto the platform. Excuse the ghetto nature of this show.
we had fun.
Only one person up here is ghetto.
And who
Ooh,
would that be, bitch?
See how you talking to me? See how you talking to me?
Because we're, listen, the tone felt very pointed.
I was
I'm just,
talking about you. Of course, I wasn't talking about myself.
mm.
you know
Go
what?
ahead and say, because
We're
all
not
you
going
gonna
to,
do is
no,
bring
no,
up. All you gonna do
no,
is bring up certain shit.
no, I'm
That's all you
not.
gonna
Because
do.
I'm going to show you how to be the bigger person.
Oh, now you want to be the bigger person.
I'm
You're
going to
so
show you
funny,
how to be the bigger person. Thank y'all again so much for joining us on this interview.
babe.
Been awesome.
Babe.
Shut the fuck up, bitch. We really enjoyed having you here on our platform. We hope to see you again soon.
Thank
Most
you.
definitely.
We'll see y'all soon. If y'all invite,
Okay, phony Braxton.
oh,
Can we cut off her mic? I'm really trying to
We'll
end.
definitely let you know when we come to Atlanta.
Yes, please.
yeah.
Yes,
We'll
please.
let y'all know when we in Atlanta, when we on our way to Atlanta. So Scotty, you can meet us there.
Now, you gonna drive
Okay.
the 6 hours?
Who me?
Yes, you, bitch.
No, I'm catching a plane or something. I am not driving those 6 hours. It's not by
You see
myself
how
anyway.
Caucasian she is, bitch.
Like,
Y'all let us know when
when
y'all
are
get
we supposed
ticket.
to?
So
When
we.
are we supposed to end this? Because like you really
I'm
trying to
trying
lose
to
me
end it,
tonight.
bitch, and you won't let me.
Okay, well end it, bitch. Yeah.
And y'all talk about my verbal abuse. I'm just saying the proof is in the pudding. Anyways, thank
If
y'all
you
again
don't
so
end
much
this
for
shit.
watching. This has been an incredible interview. Y'all are more than welcome to stay here and chat with us backstage, but if y'all have to heat it, we understand. But we about to turn this live off for the rest of y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all for coming in and supporting. I'm drunk.
We know.
Mm.
And
I
we're out of here.
I don't
And
like
we're out of here.
I really don't.